Bonjour, my name is Chris Taylor. I am the author of Above the Filtrum, a B2B sales and strategy playbook. I've mentioned previously Dripify. It links to LinkedIn and it'll allow you to automate some of the processes in terms of generating connection requests and having a sequence there, but also messaging as well. And this is an example of how I use it. This is for a commercial cleaning company. We're speaking to logistics companies and we're speaking to the facilities management and procurement staff within that industry in the UK or a certain area of the UK. So it's the 150 leads that we bring across from LinkedIn using the URL, or you can use a CSV if you like, and we can drop those in here. And then it's about the sequence really from there on. So if we have a look at the sequence here, there are some templated ones that you get when you sign up to Dripify. What I would say is they're not necessarily the best way to work. Now, different industries will be different, but for the industries I've tended to work with and for, this tends to work quite successfully. As you can see, I've got a decent acceptance rate and decent responses as well. So, firstly, you can just send an invite if you want, but I wouldn't necessarily advise that just because I don't like connecting with people who I've never seen or done anything with before. So you can like a post and you can view their profile within a few seconds. The system recognizes that and does that. And then you can connect after a certain amount of time, whether that's days or hours, it's up to you. Then what I think is important is when you send the invitation out, you put some sort of message in there. You need to have Sales Navigator for this, I think, still. But yeah, I would just keep it informal. It doesn't need to be too dramatic in terms of what you're saying. Obviously, be yourself. And the more informal, the better, generally, for the industries I work with. But you might find different in yours. Obviously, play it by ear. Send that invite. Then you've got two branches off from there. So either they accept or they don't. If they don't, you've got a process to go through there. So pretty standard. View their profile after a few days if they haven't accepted within 1 day. Then like a post. And then another day, view their profile, and then you can withdraw the invite. And once you withdraw the invite, that takes them out of this list. You can then export that list of withdrawals and re-import it then and reinvigorate it or re-engage them and see what happens there. It's generally quite successful when I've used it. Obviously, from the accepted side of things, you can view their profile again after a day or so, and you can send them another message. Now, this message is going to be fairly informal again. You might want to add a third message after the connection, the first one. But yeah, again, informal, just being myself, kind of saying, this is what we do. If ever you need anything, let us know. And it gets some decent responses. It's not too salesy, if that makes sense. And yeah, it does the job and gives them an idea of what you're looking to do. And then we can re-engage them again and just send them a message if we need to in the future. So you then like a post and obviously look like you're not just trying to contact them just to sell to them. If we have a look at some other campaigns, you can see this one is home care messaging. So this one is for a software company and it's just a list of previous contacts I've already got. And then we can have a look at the sequence here. And this is purely liking a post, viewing their profile and sending a message after a day and then liking their post again. But again, the message is fairly informal. It's just getting in touch to suggest another software company and trying to be a bit of a trusted advisor. Obviously, you guys know your industries and who you want to work with and the way those people will converse with you. So doing it in that sort of way is going to be helpful for you. But yeah, really, my sequence, I'll go back to this again so you can potentially screenshot it if you want. If we go to the sequence here, so it's going to be a bit more, obviously slow the recording down for yourselves now. So first touch point is going to be liking a post and viewing that profile, then sending the invite, and then managing the process from there however you need. So you don't message every day, make sure there's good breaks in between, and when the sequence ends, you can re-engage them later on if needs be. Thanks for listening. If this has been useful, please like, subscribe, follow, or buy the book. I'll put a link somewhere in one of these platforms. Thanks again. Cheers.